Hello, John Crow from TDI Support here. Today I want to talk about changes to the SMTP configuration we've added to ConsoleWorks for authentication and encryption. Over here under the admin menu in server management, you'll find SMTP configuration. And if you're already using it, all the existing fields are still there and will still work. What we did was added the username and the password fields. We also added Connect with SSL for those who may still be using SSL, although most servers don't do that anymore. If you select it, you'll see that it selects the 465 port because that's the most commonly used one for SSL. If you are going to use TLS, then you'll need to put in the TLS port that your server uses. It could be 587. That is the common port in the world for TLS. But again, check with your admin to see which port they really need you to use. If you do try to connect with TLS, you haven't talked to them, and you're not sure, and it doesn't offer TLS SSL, you should see an error that looks something like this. Error, allow clear text connection is not set and SSL or start TLS is not enabled. That tells you that your target server, your target SMTP server doesn't support TLS. You might want to ask your admins why it doesn't support TLS. In that case, then yeah, you would go ahead and turn on this selector to allow clear text. Now if you do that, you should know that your emails are being sent in the clear and a man in the middle could be reading them. So just know that, and again, check with your admins to see if maybe they want to turn that on if it's not. If you leave it blank, it's going to try to start TLS. When it's successful, and by the way, once you save everything, do hit the test button. When it's successful, you see a success dialog after hitting that test button. And it takes you through the conversation it had with your mail server. The 250s are configuration items. Start TLS is turned on, chunking is turned on, enhanced status codes are turned on, those sorts of things. It conceals the password you set in there and used, and it does show you the email that you sent. If it fails, you get a message that looks more like this. And it tells you why it failed. Username and password not accepted in this case. We had forced it to fail so that by changing the username on it. But it would have told you if the password were wrong too. So the test dialog is all I'm saying is very useful to understand what's going on with your conversation between ConsoleWorks and the target email server. So I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this, and I hope that helps you understand and know that you can now use encryption and authentication with the ConsoleWorks SMTP servers. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.